biggest problem I have in my workshop is getting the camera exactly where I want it. Up until now I've been using a tripod and I just can't get the camera in exactly the right place for the shot that I want. I've seen other YouTubers using boom arms on rolling camera rigs and I thought that sounds like a really good idea. So I'm going to give that a try. So this video we're going to build a rolling camera rig. I first found a piece of square edge timber that was roughly the same size as the pipe. I then just trimmed this down to be the same width as the pipe on the table saw. I left the post with a rectangular profile just to give me more meat to screw the boom arm into later. I just used the table saw to rip the sides of the post down to the same as the inside dimensions of the pole. And then I just used a saw to remove the bits that I couldn't get with a table saw. This whole process would have been so much easier if I had a wood lathe. With the table saw blade set at 45 degrees, I then just knocked the corners off the post so they'd fit inside the tube on the dolly. Always with the trusty mallet. Give it a tap and she went in. The post is not coming out of there anytime soon. I have no worries about this ever coming apart. For the mounting bracket to hold the camera itself, I had some old pieces of flat aluminium sheet that I used for an old robotics project. And it still had the mounting brackets on, which I just had to take off so I could reuse them. There's a fair amount of guesswork involved in the size of this, so I just needed a rough idea as to where the front of the bracket needed to be. I cut the aluminium sheet using an old rip saw blade on the table saw, and then used the disc sander to round the corners over so that they're not quite as lethal as they were before. Just a touch of hand filing to remove any burrs and sharp edges, and just to clean the edges up so they look nice and shiny. And then give it a quick blast with some 320 grit sandpaper. Using the drill press, just knock through the holes for the pivots on the front of the boom arm. Use a smaller size first and then came up to the full size in a second pass. And then I did the same for the rear pivot holes. I roughly estimated the height I needed the pivots from the ground, and it came out to be about 1 metre. And then I used the same bracket I made for the front on the back to mark the holes to get them exactly the same distance apart. I then changed my mind and moved the holes back from the edge so they're in the centre of the post rather than right towards the front edge as they were before. And then quickly just assembled all the front end components just so I can get an idea of spacing and make sure that the mounting works and that I could get the range of motion that I needed. Initially I used one plastic knob and a nylon thread lock nut to hold the boom arm to the post, but later I changed it to use 2 plastic knobs instead. And I certainly got the range of motion that I was looking for. In fact, I think I got a little bit more than I was looking for. And then drilled a few more holes in the front face of the camera bracket so that I can put those little L brackets back on and use those for later mounting tablets or front facing lights. I added some plastic brackets to the camera mount plate that would hold my Velbon tripod head. Unfortunately I couldn't film it because I needed the tripod to hold the camera and I didn't have anywhere to put the camera whilst I was using the tripod. And then I couldn't resist a quick test shot. It's not very smooth at the moment, but I guess that just comes with practice. If I was going to do a lot of shots like this, then they'd get smoother over time. And then this is what the boom arm looks like with a dummy camera. This is actually my old Canon EOS 350D, just as a placeholder so I can get an idea as to the weight and distribution. And I also moved the pivot points halfway along the beam because I had way more reach than I needed. And the boom arm goes close enough to the ground for what I need, and if I did ever need to get any lower then I could always adjust the camera mount anyway. And then total flexibility on whatever camera accessories you need. I just wanted to do a quick shout out to Nick Zametti at Ensign Wood Turning, who's organised the Maker Central event at the Birmingham NEC on May the 5th and 6th, Saturday and Sunday. There'll be suppliers and vendors from all over the UK, YouTubers from all over the world attending on both days. Go to the Maker Central website, the link's in the description below, and to Nick's website. I'll be there as a visitor. I'm not involved in any way, I'm just going along to show my support as a YouTuber and a maker. So if you see me there, say hello. It's a weekend event on the 5th and 6th of May. I hope. Is it the 5th and 6th of May? God damn it. Check your facts before you... Is it the 5th and 6th of May? It is the 5th and 6th of May. No, hang on. Yes.